Good afternoon,
Hey,
Mr. Jones.
Alan Jones, yes sir.
Good to see you. Charles Weiss, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Well, welcome to treatment. We're going to spend a few minutes getting to know each other. Nothing serious. Just want to get an idea of who you are, what brought you here, what we can do for you, what you can do for yourself while you're here. So why don't you start out kind of bringing me up to speed on what got you here?
I got here, I got arrested for possession of a controlled substance. I had one freaking line in a bag, and they want to throw the book at me. You know, it's like I'm a hardened criminal for one line of cocaine. You know, and I mean, I just don't understand it. It's either 2 years in the state jail or come to treatment. And I've been to treatment before, you know, but I don't want to go to jail, obviously, so I come here again.
So this is your better option.
Absolutely.
So there's one line of cocaine's not doesn't seem to be like a huge deal for you. Is that?
Well, I mean,
That should be acceptable.
it shouldn't be such a. I mean, it's almost the same as having one line is almost it's what it feels like. Having one line is the same as having a whole 8-ball. You know,
The way that they're treating you.
Yeah.
But so you're looking at possible 2 years. That's not you don't typically get that right away. Is there something else in your background there that might?
Well, I had sorry, I had a DWI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, this is my first rodeo with the law. I mean, it's been progressively getting worse until now, where they're saying, you know, look, dude, we're going to throw you in jail, state jail, and I don't want to go, man. You know.
Yeah, that's not a desirable option.
No, man, I'm not going to do well in jail.
So you're here again. I guess you've been in treatment before.
This is my 9th treatment center, man.
Okay, so 9 times in treatment, and we're coming back. As far as the substances go, you have DWI. You've been in possession of controlled substance. So, obviously, and those you probably didn't get popped your first time out with both those substances, so I'm assuming there's been a lot of that behavior leading up to those arrests. So, what in your mind? What's going on with the substances? What are they doing for you? I mean, obviously they're causing a lot of pain and suffering in your life, but what keeps you coming back to those?
It's how I fit in, man.
That's
how I fit in. I've been picked on, you know, since I was a little kid, and you know, from the first drink when I was 13, I finally fit in, you know, and it's.
So what I'm hearing you say is by using the substances or being a part of the substance lifestyle, it's making you a part of something, a part of a group of people, or just feeling like you belong.
Yeah, I mean, all of my friends, you know, and everybody, you know, I've got, you know, for the first time in my life since I can remember, you know, I finally got people that want to hang out with me, you know, and for me, that's cool, man, you know.
So, obviously, you know, driving while intoxicated could put you in deadly harm's way, as well as other people. Cocaine, you know, can take you out as well. So these are lethal substances and lethal situations that you're putting yourself in. So what I'm seeing there is that, you know, your want and desire to be a part of, feel a part of, but then also, you know, your decision to use these substances that could take you out completely. Doesn't add up for me. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So That's what we kind of want to look at while you're here again. And I think what we really need to look at while we're here is what are you missing? You know, this is your 9th time in treatment. So do you want to stop using
Well,
substances?
how do you quit? I mean, I don't know how.
Okay.
You know, I mean, the 12 steps don't work for me, and that's what everybody seems to want to push at me.
I hear that. You know, I mean, not everybody's cut out for the big book. You know,
What's the big book?
it's the 12 steps are in the big book.
Okay.
It's the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Okay.
Not everybody. You know, that's not the ideal vehicle. It's a big part of it. But there are other solutions to the problem. It doesn't all have to be 12 step. It is one of the biggest, most popular ones. But over the 30 days that you're here, we can look at some alternatives for you. Can you give me an idea why that's not working for you?
I don't know, man. I just, they say do the steps and do the steps.
And how are you with that?
Well, I get to, step 1, powerless and unmanageable, whatever. I mean, I'm not powerless over anything, but I'll accept it for what it's worth. Something greater than me, restoring me to sanity. I'm not insane, bro. You know, I'm not in a straitjacket in a padded room. And this whole God thing with turning your will in your life. Every time I do that, nothing happens. And so you're clear from what I'm hearing. You're clear on what is not going to work for you. Do you have any ideas of what might work for you? What you might feel comfortable with trying? Are you familiar with any other options? No, that's the only thing that people keep trying to push. You know, they send you to I go to court, and the judge says you got to go to all these meetings and stuff, and they give you this little card, and you got to get it signed. Well, I go to these stupid meetings, man, and all I'm hearing about are your stupid problems. I got problems of my own. I don't want to hear about yours, and so I've learned that just sign your own card. You don't have to go to the meetings.
Just skip it all together.
Yeah, man. And
how's
so,
that working for you?
yeah, well, I mean, it's at least I don't have to hear their fucking problems. Sorry, at least I don't have to hear their problems anymore.
Right. But it seems like it might be attributing to more of your own. Would that be a fair statement?
Yeah.
So we need to come up with some solutions for you for your recovery. I don't want to push anything on you because if I'm pushing something on you, you're not going to receive it well. So we need to find something that blends well with you and your personality and your problems and everything that you need. So what we'll do over the next 30 days is we'll brainstorm together, you and me, because you need to be more a part of this process than I am, and figure out what we can do for you. What are some other problems that you would say that you have that might be waiting for you when you leave treatment that might keep you from making progress once you leave here?
Oh, man, I mean, just, the family hates me, and, it seems like all I do is cause them grief. And
Is there any truth to that?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I mean, that's what they say, so if that's their perspective, I don't want to take it away from them, but, I mean, I don't. Well, I don't know, I got a stack of pawn tickets in my pocket for my dad's, power tools and stuff like that, so, I could see where I'm causing him some problems.
Does your dad use those to earn a living?
Yeah.
So that could cause some grief in your dad's life, right?
Well, I mean, it's not his good stuff,
Oh,
It's-
okay.
Yeah.
Well, if he knew that, then he probably wouldn't be quite as upset. Well, okay. So you used the word there, hates. We need to look at that. I would venture to say your family probably doesn't hate you. They probably are pretty upset with you.
Well, they're disgusted with the whole
Yeah.
deal. I mean, it's, I remember, like I said, it's my 9th time in treatment and blah, 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 but, you know, like the first 2 and 3 times, they were paying for treatment, you know, and trying to
help you.
trying to get me better, and, you know, obviously I don't want to get better, you know, and so it's just like, I'm just like wasting their time and money, and you know, that kind of burns on anybody, I guess.
Sure. Let me ask you, you said something there, you don't want to get better.
Well, I mean, at the time, you know, I didn't. I mean, I'm coming to the realization, I mean, I'm 39 years old, bro. I mean, you know, at some point, my dad, one of his favorite sayings is, you know, you gotta put down the child toys and be a man. Well, you know, I don't know how to do that. You know, I'd like to at some point know how to do that, but I just.
Can you give me a real brief description of what you think it means to be a man?
No, I don't know. It's being responsible. You know, it's being a part of society instead of being a menace to society. You know, which is kind of the road I'm on. Is the destructive behavior. You know, you mentioned it before, the alcohol and the DWI, the getting behind the wheel. You know, when I could potentially end someone's life, not to mention my own. It's the constant drug use, you know, the dangerous substances that I put into my body that, you know, I'm escaping life, and I need to be living life, and I think that's what constitutes a lot of that grown up stuff. I mean, it seems so boring to me, you know. It's mundane. It's wake up, go to work, come home, eat dinner, go to bed. Wake up, go to work, come home, eat dinner, go to bed. You know, it's just boring, you know.
So I'm a recovered addict myself, and I think, and I don't know if this has been your experience, but in my experience, my existence in my addiction got to be pretty mundane at the end, pretty much following a loop or a reoccurring cycle of events like you just described.
Yeah, but you never know what can happen, man. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when those blue and red lights show up, that's when the excitement really kicks in.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Those bracelets aren't any fun, but you know, I mean,
Party's over.
the time in between, man, is pretty exciting.
Well, you
know?
said something earlier about, you know, I asked you what you thought a man, what it meant to be a man, and you said responsible, part of society, not a menace to society. So are you considering yourself irresponsible, and are you considering yourself not a part of society? And it seemed like you might have thought you were at some level a menace to society.
Well, I mean, I'm certainly not. There's the two roads. There's the responsible part of society, and then there's the other road that's the menace to society. There's two roads, and I'm certainly not on the one that's over here. I'm on the one that's over here, you know.
Well,
and so
I have to ask you, Alan, because from my experience with the addict population, they are usually very talented, very creative, and very intelligent. So let me ask you, what are some of the more positive attributes that you possess that maybe have been helping you along the way on your one road that we could put into effect to kind of help take you over onto the more responsible road?
I don't know. I've been told all my life that I'm stupid. So.
Do you believe that?
Well, you get told it enough, I guess you do. Yeah. So.
Because that's my perspective listening to you.
It's just, you know, I don't know, man.
What have you done for employment in the past?
What do you mean? I can't pass a drug test, bro. I can't get a job
so
anywhere.
You're making money.
I've been selling dope, man. You know, I mean, and selling dope. I'm pretty bad at that too, by the way. Because
I bet you're pretty good on accounting skills, though.
Well, but I'm doing all my dope, and when you do it all and you don't sell it, you know, it kind of is a backwards whole
I
deal.
understand.
Yeah.
All right, well, what are some things, you know, we've got 30 days to work on some things, but just right off the bat, day one here, what are some maybe 2 or 3 short-term goals you'd like to work on while you're here, and maybe one long-term goal for this whole thing?
Well, I need to get through this program, so that's a short-term goal, I guess. I mean, I need
to or want to?
Well, I need to.
Okay.
I mean, I need to, man. I don't need to be going to jail, bro. And you know, I'd like to talk to you. You know, you spoke about those other things besides the 12-step programs. You know, I'd like to look into that a little bit. You know, I don't know that the 12-step deal is for me, and so I'd like to look at some of those other things. I guess maybe choosing 3 of those things to look at and narrowing it down from 3 to 1. I think that's a short-term deal, maybe. Long-term, I don't know, man. I just want to. I don't know.
Well, you've been here 9 times, right? Maybe a long-term goal would be make this your last time here. Your last time with the bracelets on.
Cat's only got 9 lives, right?
It's true. It's very poignant. So I think you know, with some cooperation on both our parts, we could probably come to an agreement. One of the things I'd like to explore, and I know you have your concerns about the 12-step program. Have you ever heard the phrase, take what you need and leave the rest?
No.
Okay.
But yeah.
So can you grasp that concept?
Makes sense.
Okay. There's some good stuff in there. And I think that before we close the big book, which we learned today what that is, on it, we take a look at it again and just see if there's some things in there that might, that maybe I could present or some of the other staff here could present to you in a different way that might just look differently. Here, times 9, and see what we can do. Is there anything you need from us to help you while you're here?
I need my own room, man.
Your own room?
Come on, dude. You got this idiot sleeping in my bed next to me, you know, and snoring all the time, and
We'll see what happens. We'll see if a room empties out or something. We can slide you in there for a couple nights, but I can't make any promises. But I just want to say I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad we have the opportunity to try this one more time. That you're still kicking and breathing, that we can do that.
all right, man. I appreciate it.
All right, Mr. Jones. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.